Dhaka is one of the densest cities in the world. About 15 million people are living here. Prevalence of communicable diseases is still high, while non-communicable disease is creating more burden in it. Due to lack of physical activity and unhealthy diet, risk factor of non-communicable disease is increasing, especially in urban area in Bangladesh.
WB started working in 1998. Our mission is to emphasize policy for pass, amendment and implementation, promote a healthy and environment-friendly communities, quality of life and social justice. Through networking with various organizations, including NGOs and media. At the beginning, we started work on tobacco control as well as some environmental issues. From 2004, we start work on safe travel and promoting NMT. We also emphasize on walking, cycling, rickshaw, train and water transport. We are advocating to increase quality of public service, especially the city bus service. We also emphasize to increase the playground for the children and parks as well as other public facilities. In WB we have two departments. One is health rights and another one is livable cities. So both now focus on NCD issues because we have previous experience in tobacco control. We have lots of experience and achievement, so we are turning on that experience into NCD issues because NCD is now a big issue, health issues in our country, so we consider on that and we focus on NCDs as a big issue in our country, even in our organization.
The risk of non-communicable diseases is escalating among the middle income group. Actually, they are losers who do not maintain healthy diet and do not involve getting sufficient physical activity. Walking and cycling are the means of active transport to increase physical activity. People can meet their needs within walking distance because 38% trips are less than 2 kilometers in Dhaka. A large number of people do not get physical activity through daily transport because they are travel by car and rickshaw in Dhaka. Now 5% trips are made by car and 39% trips by rickshaw in here. However, still 19% trips are made on foot and every trip starts with pedestrian trip.
As we know that the BRT bus rapid transit is moving on by the government initiative from Gazipur to Dhaka, and throughout the BRT corridor there is also a important issues, the walking facilities. Because of that, the people will reach the BRT station through walking or the non-motorized transportation. Therefore, WB Trust conducts a study what is the real condition of the walking facilities. We also develop to model pilot project including all the necessary amenities, for example seating arrangement, light, zebra crossing, connection with the main road to sidewalk, and there is also non-motorized transport, for example cycle lane is also incorporated. And we hope that after the implementation of this model pilot project, the walking facility will improve and people will attract to walk in this area. And this model can be implemented throughout the city so that people can walk easily. Two pilot project is already accepted by the ADB and the government.
Walking environment depends on some components. Land use is one of the important components. Some areas of Dhaka using only single purpose. We found 36% no land use mix and 48% little land use mix in Dhaka through walkability study. City authority can rethink to provide some facilities for these areas if people are getting access to meet their need within walking distance. Lack of availability of footpaths is making more insecure for walking in Dhaka, and we found 44% streets have no footpaths. Existent footpath quality is poor in most places of Dhaka. Observation result is 82% footpath condition is worse and 79% respondents said it is bad. Street crossing facilities are not sufficient in Dhaka, and that has caused more road accidents. We found 97% of the areas do not have street crossing facilities. There are very few zebra crossings, footover bridges and underpasses exist to cross the street in Dhaka. But lack of law enforcement and awareness of the drivers, pedestrians are not being to use zebra crossing properly. In addition, footover bridges and underpasses are not viable for everyone to cross the street comfortably, especially for physically challenged people. For physically challenged people, Dhaka is not friendly in transportation aspect. Because they cannot move on footpath with wheelchair, white can or any kind of device, even they cannot cross the street. Car exit entry points on footpath are big problem, and also footover bridge or underpass are not feasible for them. Some amenities are very essential for pedestrians, such as tree shade, public toilets, benches, pedestrian skill light. However, lack of these facilities make walking environment inconvenient. Still, walking trips are satisfactory, but if government does not provide facilities, it may be decreased. Strategic Transport Plan (STP) is 20 years master plan for improving Dhaka's transportation system, and it has allocated only 0.02% budget for pedestrians, but it has not mentioned that when it will be spent to make walking friendly environment. It is high time to ensure walking friendly policy infrastructure to encourage people if they do not shift from walking to vehicle for daily travel.
We helped a lawyer group to file a writ petition in the Honorable High Court. After the writ petition, Honorable High Court has so many directions to ensure pedestrian issues. We all observed the situation after the High Court order and reported to the relevant agencies and also the sensitized the policy makers. Now we are going to a formal party of the writ petitions. We also organize different kinds of activities to sensitize policymakers about the pedestrian issues. Regularly what we do, when any accident or any pedestrian was affected in the road, we send a alert to the relevant ministries and the organization about the situation. We also completed the review work on the pedestrian related law in Bangladesh, and we regularly send it to the law enforcement agencies and other agencies. We also organize various kinds of capacity building workshop and seminars to sensitize those groups are working on the pedestrian issues.
Work for a Better Bangladesh Trust has some achievements on the way to journey to create safe places to walk in Dhaka, like ensuring footpath, first priority system to pedestrian, and at-grade crossing were mentioned in Integrated Multimodal Transport Policy 2013. Secondly, after High Court order, City Authority draw zebra crossing, put some sign in some places of Dhaka, and Dhaka Metropolitan Police also tried to stop vehicle before zebra crossing to give right of way to pedestrian to cross the road. Similarly, City Authority built new footpath and repaired old one, and it is continuing.
what are the challenges to make working friendly environment in Dhaka? At first, we need shift our paradigm that working is not only essential for poor people, it is for all. Automobile industries, construction companies, fuel companies and car sellers always try to promote their business, and they are hustling to improve convenient working environment. Pedestrian oriented project is cheap, but lack of proper knowledge to relevant agencies is not favoring for creating working friendly environment. In addition, there is no dedicated body to work on it.
Although we have lots of challenges, but we are optimistic to create safe places to work in Dhaka. Finally, I have two questions. First one is, how can civil society involved in enforcement and evaluation of policies? And second one, how can NGO evaluate policy interventions and their own work to drive policy changes?